this is why there is such a strong antagonism between gamers and the gaming journalists. And the gaming journalists just don't understand, oh my god, why are so many people against me? Why do I get so much criticism? What have I done? This is what you did. Okay? Absolutely. This is the most disgusting, the most vile, and the most mean-spirited type of article that ever exists. Like, when I grew up, most video game journalists would talk about games, and they would talk about the gameplay and the story and the mechanics. And then as time moves on, you notice more and more articles that have less to do with games. Like, it just mentions games tangentially, but like this article wants to talk about racismus. And it's the Californian brain rot understanding of racismus. Like it's not what the rest of us know. Right, so basically, when I play Resident Evil 5, or when any normal person, okay, any normal decent human being plays Resident Evil 5, they will say, wow, this is cool, it's a game that takes place in Africa, right, so that's it. But no, the journalist is far more educated than that, right, like he is woke, and he is awakened to the fact that, oh, if it takes place in Africa, then the villains are black. So therefore, the game, no, seriously, like, this is what they believe, that the game encourages people, right? And they say it as if it's a statement of fact, as if they went to Japan, as if they traveled to Capcom, and they spoke with the developers, like, they sat down, it's like, so why did you make this game, to make money? No, Gaijin, listen, it is a secret plan that we have collaborated all this time in order to encourage people. Like, okay, they will say that gamers are into conspiracy theories, but they will outright imply that the developers from Japan, when they made this game, was to encourage racism. Why? I don't fucking know. How does Japan profit from this? Nobody knows. Maybe the journalists will tell us one day. But basically, this is why you don't get games in Africa, okay? Literally it. This is why I don't get Hollywood movies in Africa. This is why I don't get TV shows in Africa. It's a lot easier to just take The Witcher and race swap, right? Like, manipulate the human genome, like cause a character to become black, even though, like, the setting is in Poland, or you have, like, a historical setting where the Queen Elizabeth or someone, like, and now you splice the genome, and you made Ariel black. It's a lot more convenient to just do that lazy shit, rather than actually make a story in Africa. Because if you make it in Africa, the journalists cry, they complain, and they cry, and they poop their bed and shit. Like little children. You know, little children don't understand the world either. So when they look at this, they're like, oh, racism. I mean, okay, so, first of all, I don't think that Resident Evil 5 needs to be remade ever. Shit game, by the way. Not because it takes place in Africa, but simply due to the fact that Resident Evil is supposed to be a horror game. That is what it excelled at. When you have Resident Evil 5, the story was starting to go to shit. The gameplay was bad. I think this is the one where you punch a boulder. Really bad game, overall, right? So, I hope that they do not remake this game for different reasons. By the way, notice how this game had diversity. Oh my fucking god, this was before Sweet Baby. And this was made in Japan without the council and the guidance of the Californian elites, without the Democrats funding money to... No, like, this was a game where you actually had diversity and you could play as a female character. And by the way, I played as a female character in this game. Because she had a nice ass, and she had guns, and I like that. So, you have this female character, which is a minority, right? Like, notice how she's actually good looking, compared to the atrocities that the West is constantly shitting up. Like, it's an assembly line of ugliness from the AAA Western developers. No, they actually made a good character, and her toys sold. Like, she had statues, if I remember correctly. She had figurines, and people still have them. It was an interesting dynamic between Chris and her as the partner, and you also get to fight Jill. And it creates, like, this interesting character relationship between the three. Chris was like a muscle-packed maniac. Many people were saying that he was on steroids, but who fucking cares, right? It's a fantasy. It's a cool game. You get to see people with bicycles and chains and shit. but like again, the mind of the journalists who we apparently should listen, like they should be our shepherds. If you listen to what they are saying, they should be our shepherds because all of us are racist, misogynistic pigs, and we need the light of IGN and Kotaku and other publications to root the evil out of us, and they do it by manipulating gaming companies in order to create the entertainment that they want and that they don't pay for. So that we pay in exchange. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But like, this is where we're at. So basically, they're telling Capcom, "Hey, don't do this, Capcom. I know that you're woke, so just rewrite the game." If they had any common sense, they would just say, Resident Evil 5 doesn't need a remake because it's bad, right? Like Resident Evil 5 is bad, 6 is bad. Just stop making remakes. Maybe Code Veronica should be the final remake. Or maybe you can make, Resident Evil 1 remake if you really want to do remakes. I don't fucking know why, though, but, like, okay. However, it's time to move on, right? It's time to focus on the series. Just make sequels. Stop it with the remakes. No one asked for a Resident Evil 4 remake. Even though it's good, it wasn't needed. I mean, it's coming to the point where you're going to have the game release in January, and they will make a remake in December. Like, come on. Right? I understand if you remake something like Resident Evil 2, which is like decades old. But 4? Really? I mean, you can play Resident Evil 4 right now. It doesn't look that bad. The original, I mean. The graphics are... Codename Veronica, sure. Yeah, Codename Veronica should be remade. But definitely not Resident Evil 5. And again, like, what do you want to... Okay, so you don't want black people in Africa now? What? Okay, so you play Resident Evil 5 and you fight white people, right? I should get offended, I guess, because in Resident Evil The Village, it takes place in Romania, and Romanians are evil people that are werewolves and vampires, right? Should I clutch my pearls? IGN, can you teach me how to clutch my pearls? Because I know you guys are proficient at it. You're so amazing at you're clutching your pearls nonstop. If I'm going to... I never done it, but like if I need to do it, at least I want to learn it from the best. Like you guys, please show me. Like send your best journalists. Maybe we can do a live chat or something where you can show me how to clutch pearls. Because I just don't know. Is it profitable? Do you make clicks? Do you make money by clutching pearls? Probably. Like, look at this shit. 99,000 impressions. That's a lot. There's a lot of impressions. I think if Asmongold farts... he gets 500,000 impressions. Like, this is the absolute state of game journalists. It is what it is. And most people don't even read them. Every now and then I'm reminded that IGN exists just because it comes in my feed, but yeah. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And if for some unholy reason you like my channel, there is a link into the pinned comment section. If you scroll down, there's several links. One to my live stream. I do have a channel where I live stream daily, if you want to listen to more nonsense. And also a subscribe star and a Patreon, if you want to donate. And in exchange, of course, you're going to get the best buyer's remorse on the internet. So, I'll see you guys there. Take care.